Hello, and welcome back to Doomed. Not-so-solo playthroughs through Arkham Horror, the card game with a focus on roleplay and storytelling. Today, we continue the now globe-trotting journey of Daisy Walker the librarian and Joe Diamond the private investigator as they set off across dreadful waters. Now, of course, I mentioned two investigators, and that means I must be joined today by the Crosshair.
Hello.
Oh, hello. How's it going?
I am good.
Good to hear.
Oh, you're right. I was reading while trying to talk.
That's, it can be tough. It can be tricky. Unless you're reading out loud. Yeah, unless you're reading out loud. That was the end of that sentence.
Yeah. Multitasking is not one of my three pieces.
I get that. I hear you. Thankfully, as an actor, I generally am only expected to do one thing at a time also, so that's no bad thing.
Sometimes even good.
Sometimes even well. It's true. Oh God, just sometimes.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah. No, it's true.
I do good.
I do good. Yeah. Who? Oh man, it's an old lady who lived in the town where my mom and her family grew up. Who used to, I can't remember what her name was or even how old she was at the time. This is well before I was born, but she used to. Oh, there's something stuck to my sock. Oh no, we're good. Anyway, she used to when she would ask how people were doing, and they would say, "I'm doing good." You know, she'd often be like, I didn't ask about your charity work. I asked how you were doing. Stupid. There we go. All right, I found what was stuck to my sock, which means it's time to start. Perfect. As always, of course, we'll do a little synopsis of where we've gotten to in the campaign, if there's any admin or business to take care of before we start the scenario, and then I think we just dive right in. We've officially reached the halfway point in this campaign, or at least as of now. There's 8 scenarios that I'm aware of. Sometimes Arkham campaigns can be a little funky and be like, there are only 5, JK, there are 10. You know, like, it can be a bit strange, but...
Yeah, and we can always have a side quest if we want.
It's true. We have officially reached the halfway point in the official, quote-unquote, unofficial campaign, and that means that, as often happens in Arkham campaigns, there is also a change of location. Not always, but sometimes. Daisy and Joe have been asked by an important man associated with Miskatonic University, James Wycliffe, to investigate the disappearance of a shipment of artifacts from Mycenae, from Greece. They managed to track down at least some of these artifacts, a warped idol, in the storeroom of the O'Banion gang, who were attempting to auction them off after having stolen them. The plot thickens, however. James Wycliffe apparently asked the O'Banions to steal the stuff. Well, that's strange. Then why did he ask Daisy and Joe to go and hunt it down? In trying to find answers, James Wycliffe was found dead. And then Daisy and Joe were very quickly overwhelmed by a conspiracy to silence them. They managed to escape with their lives, but were definitely shot in the process. And then headed off to Philadelphia. Their investigation took them to the Grand Masonic Temple in Philadelphia because they figured a conspiracy to change the world in some way might be linked to the Freemasons, of which James Wycliffe was one. They managed to expose the 3 traitors at the highest levels of the Freemason organization, put a stop to 2 of them, but one of them, the assassin, disappeared. In interviewing the rest of the Masonic leadership afterwards, the picture became clear. It seemed that these cultists, these leaders of some sort of large conspiracy, are attempting to enact some sort of ritual, perhaps using these warped stones, to raise the island of Relia from the deep, which is the home, as most of us know anyway, of Cthulhu, one of the elder gods. This is obviously not good, but I wonder how much Daisy and Joe actually know about this. At any rate, they've decided they need to set off across dreadful waters to see what they can do to stop this terrible scheme.
I think that's it.
I think so too. I definitely gave it a little juice, gave it a little flavor.
Yeah, it's wonderful 2-minute summary.
Well, it's only going to get more complicated, but hopefully I'll get it down to a science. Did I miss any, like, I don't know, details and or cool moments that you think might be worthwhile to throw in terms of this scenario?
No, not really. Minutemen, or rather, what was their name, and fishmen and gangs and cultists and the usual stuff.
Mm-hmm. And the usual stuff. We've got Flower of August, who dropped in along with Weirdness. Hello to you both. Welcome to Doomed. I am joined today by the Crosshair.
Hi and hi.
Hi and hi. I agree with Flower of August. This is, I'm just waiting for the official campaign to come out that features some of the sort of other elder gods. I'm really jazzed about it. But yeah, Cthulhu has been named even in this campaign, so we'll have to see what's going to happen to us as we venture through. Yikes.
Well, she is the cutest one of them, so...
Aw, that's true. I love that.
She or he or
them. That
Probably
thing,
them.
yeah. Them seems good. I tend to agree. I feel like the elder gods are beyond gender, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to assign gender to an elder god.
No, because it can drive you mad with a look, yeah.
Yeah, and they can get a bit angry.
Mm-hmm.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so. I would also be pretty angry if I was a god that had been relegated to the dustbin of history, as it were. But of course I kid. I think...
Relegated to the dustbin of history. That's my memoirs.
Oh, very good. Where did I definitely stole the phrase, and I'm just trying to remember from where, because I feel like that's an important thing to know. I'm super happy for you to take it, to use it for your memoirs, because I love that. I feel like I stole it, though.
I was also thinking, at best a side note in the annals of history.
At best a side note in the annals of history. That's a good one as well. Excuse me. Okay, I think it's time that we dive in, because I want to get to it and see what is going to happen across dreadful waters. This is scenario 5. Singapore, halfway around the world from Arkham. Whether the city itself is the focus of the cultist plot or some other place nearby, your course is clear. There it is. Very good Weirdness, very good Flower. You return to Arkham immediately and prepare everything you'll need for the long journey before telephoning the harbor in nearby Kingsport. There are 3 ships slated to depart tonight. A light steamer headed for the Canary Islands, a passenger ship en route to Europe, and a cargo ship bound for Panama. You'll be able to change ships at each port to gradually make your way to Singapore, but which route will improve your odds the most? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, the investigators must decide. Choose one. We need to arrive as quickly as possible, whatever the risk. In your campaign log, record that the investigators chose the most direct route. Mark 1 notice in your campaign log, because you have drawing notice. Oh, Happy Kilmore! Good morning, hello! Welcome to Doomed, wonderful to have you with us. I am joined today by the Crosshair.
Hi.
So, the investigators must decide. Choose one. We need to arrive as quickly as possible, whatever the risk. Mark 1 notice, it says. We may be safer if we travel with larger crowds. Record that the investigators chose the most populous route. Or we may throw them off if we take a less traveled route. Remove 1 notice from your campaign log. And then there's more to do. But this is the decision we have to make.
I have a feeling that Joe would just try to rush in. And Daisy would most likely be like, oh, but I do love a cruise liner.
A cruise liner!
Much like Nancy Drew.
Much like Nancy Drew, but perhaps without the the meteors, the torpedoes of the skies.
But there is one thing that we have to remember, and that is that Panama has rum and cigars.
Yeah, which Joe would be excited to partake in. Is that the... Yeah?
Well, most likely.
Oh, okay. I see.
Who doesn't like a little cigar and whiskey?
Every
or
so
rum?
often. Well, so that's the question then. What does that... Okay, so... Because I agree with you. I feel like Joe would be... We need to just get there as soon as possible. Just dive straight in. But I wonder... I remember that too, Flower. Oh, God. And cruise liner might imply, traveling, mixing with a larger crowd, sort of trying to go unnoticed. But then, of course, there's also the less traveled route, which is, well, no, I was going to say cruise liner's probably not the less traveled route.
It's heading for Europe.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out what the actual, Oh, okay. Sounds good, Kilmore. I hope you're heading out somewhere interesting and or fun. But a drive-by hello and a drive-by goodbye. Dropler effect on it. I don't know, Crosshair, what's your vote? If you have a vote.
I'm thinking probably the same thing as you. What makes sense story-wise?
That is a good question.
They did just piss off an assassin, so they might want to stay low-key.
Ooh, that is a really... Because he's still around somewhere. We don't know where he is. That's a really good point. So, because I'm reading here, so we have to record something in the campaign log. Either we chose the most direct route, we chose the most populous route, or we chose the least predictable route. A master assassin or investigator... assassin would probably be pretty good at tracking. So I don't know if they feel like they could throw him off the scent.
Yeah.
But I do agree with you. I'm feeling like we may be safer if we travel with larger crowds. An assassin's probably not going to try anything as long as we're surrounded by other people.
Yeah. That or the less traveled route to really throw them off. But
yeah. What are your... do you have a preference between the two? I could go either way, and I'm super happy to just roll the die as well.
yeah, maybe that's the story that Joe and Daisy can't really decide on. Should they take the cruise liner or the cargo ship? And
cruise liner or the cargo ship.
Flip a coin for it.
All right, sounds good to me. Well, we've got a die on the board, if that's better.
Oh.
Yeah, let's do it. I will call odds for safer if we travel with larger crowds, and evens for less traveled route.
Yours.
All right. And I have to remember how to do this. I'm going to flick it. Whoa, look at it go. Odd. Which is, I believe, the first one that I said, which was, we may be safer if we travel with larger crowds. Well, Flower, sorry, I didn't quite see it in time, but that would be fun. Let's do it. So, the investigators chose the most populous route, which I hope just means that we're safe, We'll have to see.
Or safer.
Safer. Check the campaign log. If at least one investigator took out a loan, read time to collect. Otherwise, skip to setup. Now, if I recall correctly, I think we actually managed to get out of there without taking a loan, which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no loans, no time to collect. We go straight to setup. We gather some encounter cards. Check the campaign log. If you have 11 or more, notice. I do need to check because I do not remember. We have 10. That's what I like to see. Perfecto. You bought everything without a loan. Well, Flower, the Daisy has discretionary funds from the library, and Joe steals sometimes. Okay, so countermeasures. Oh, someone is coming up my driveway. Crosshair, my apologies. I have to go quickly to pre-show. We'll be right back, guys. I just have to go to my door. Because that was actually quite a long chat I have to have. That was an insurance adjuster / investigator who wanted to... He was canvassing the neighborhood because there was a fire down the road months ago now. I'm surprised it took this long for someone to come by and, like, ask about it. But...
It was only 9 minutes.
Oh!
But I also...
Felt like a million.
I thought you said insurance investigator and my mind went to Fallout 4 start.
I actually was kind of worried, Crosshair. I don't know, I just got the vibe off the guy when he was coming up that he was going to be like, hey, have you considered reserving your space in this Vault Tech shelter? You know? But
The answer is yes.
The answer
Always
is I should absolutely do that. But no one's come from Vault Tech yet, so what are you going to do? Okay, we're back, everybody. I'm going to quickly zoom out here to see what damage has been done. I see a calculator. Crosshair seems to have been counting the number of coins. Came up with 80,085. It's a lot of. It's a lot of coins. Very good. Okay, I'm just checking the damage. TT.
Oh, nothing else.
Hello, TT. Welcome to Doomed. You missed some excitement there as I had to ditch out for a few minutes, but welcome to Doomed. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hi.
Okay.
The only built vaults in Anchorage.
Exactly. Anchorage, the States. That's it. That's
They
it.
should make a Europe Fallout. I want to see what happened in Europe.
I would love that too. I think that'd be awesome.
Fallout London.
Oh, Fallout London would be so cool. Oh, Vault 36. That sounds great. I don't know what the deal is with that one, but that sounds wonderful. Okay, everyone. We're back to it. Thank you for your patience. My apologies. Daisy and Joe have decided to take the most populous route, aka the cruise ship. They figure they'll be safer if they're enjoying their margaritas and in amongst the crowds.
One of the things says Act 2, the colon problem.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, you're not supposed to say flower. Okay, whatever. Tasteless gruel sounds... I mean, that. I feel like you'd probably be driven insane eventually. Put Central Hill, South Shore, and Harborside into play. Each investigator begins at Central Hill, which I will move my little dude over there just to see. And then, indeed...
We are
rotting.
Yeah.
Yes. And then exactly this. So there's various versions of the act, which I will go ahead and place. The most populous route. Boop. Whoa. When you are moving between acts, plus recall on the bag matching the trait of your current location. And, okay, there's like a setup kind of thing over here, which is kind of fun.
I'm loading.
Oh, yeah, I'll let that. There are quite a few cards coming in, so I will take a look at the remainder of the setup in the meantime. Set some stuff aside. Check the campaign log. For every 4 notice, rounded down, that you have, we have 10, so that's for every 4 rounded down, that's 2. Place 1 doom on agenda 1A. If the investigators chose the most direct route, place an additional doom. If we chose the least predictable route, remove a doom. We didn't do either of those, but we will place 2 doom to start, which is pretty intense.
Oh, dear.
Shuffle the remainder of the encounter cards to build the encounter deck.
Oh, we're going to Bombay.
Whee! Oh, that'll be fun.
And
Okay.
you remove the acts, locations, and story cards, I believe.
I placed them, yeah. Sorry, what was the question?
You remove the rest of them, but I guess they're in bags, so...
Yeah, exactly. It's a bit cluttered, but I think there's a little, like... if I've learned one thing about Tabletop Simulator, it's that as soon as I delete anything that I think I don't need, it fucks up the whole system.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're starting in Kingsport, Massachusetts at the... What did I say here? Central Hill. I guess let's read our agenda and our act. I don't know what this Gibraltar card is. What is this for? I think that maybe has to do with something. Oh, set each Gibraltar, Port Said, and Bombay location and story card aside out of play. So I guess it's set aside out of play. Oh, okay, because they're story cards, so I'm going to set them aside out of play. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Flower. Okie dokie. Hi, Max. Don't chew on those, please. What the hell is going on today, Crosshair? Let's read our agenda and our act.
So we have act, Gibraltar problem and the Bombay problem, and then we set aside the Bombay problem and stuff. So it set aside just means they are not currently in play.
Correct. So. Yeah. So there's the way that there's a little setup card over here. What it says is that when moving between acts, press recall on the bag, matching the trait of your current set of locations. Remove all the clues. Press place on the bag, matching the trait of the next set of locations. Right. I imagine it will move us around the world, kind of thing.
Yeah. Globetrotting.
Yay, Max. For sake. God, this cat. 2 seconds, Crosshair. I'm just gonna drag him out of the room. Come on, Max.
Nope.
Come on, Maximilian. Come on, buddy. Good job. Yeah. Sorry, Max. You must be hungry.
Max.
There he is. Okay.
I'm back.
We're back. Well, he's decided that he's hungry enough to chew on some cables, which is not ideal for computers. Okay. I think it's very ambitious, Flower, but if anyone can do it... ... Agenda 1A, The Reach of Cthulhu. With the agents of Cthulhu haunting your steps and spread across the world, it won't be long before they're able to track you down and corner you. If you want to reach Singapore, then you'll have to adapt and act quickly. Warning. What? If this agenda advances, the scenario will end. Okay. Cool. We're at 2 out of 7 Doom.
So we have the right agenda, I guess so.
Agenda 1A. Yep. That sounds... There's some way to deal with it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, Act 1A, Globetrotting. This is version 2. Your ship to Europe will depart soon. You just have to get to Kingsport Harbor to board it. Objective. At the end of the round, investigators at Harborside may choose to advance. Warning. Each investigator not at Harborside will be defeated. So.
Oh, and I'm the lead investigator, so while you're setting up, I'm gonna move to Harborside and advance.
Wait. No, but it says at the end of the round, you can't leave me behind. Why would you do this? God. Okay, so we can board our ship at King's Harborside over here. There's also South Shore, which might have something at it. I don't know. If this agenda advances, the scenario will end. Seems really bad.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a 5-turn scenario.
No, he said, not fully convinced that Arkham wouldn't do that to them. That is us. We've got this little triangle of locations here. Central Hill, which is connected to South Shore and Harborside. Oh, and there's some marbles just rolling around the locations here. Careful, everyone. Careful. But I think that's all we've got to do before we draw our opening hands and get doomed.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything other.
All right. Well, I think that's time then. Let's draw our opening hands. Let's get doomed.
Let's get doomed.
That's not bad.
What are you trying to say, game?
Yeah, game. What are you trying to say? That's not bad, but it's not great, so I'm gonna do this. Wow. What? Fuck's sake. Okay, someone write this down. Put it in the annals of history as the most... I'm deliberately not explaining what is sitting here, what I'm looking at, because that would spoil the fun, but I'll comment on this later.
Yeah, I wish I could show my hand to people as well. It's not great, but it could be worse.
I mean, talk about not great, Crosshair. At the beginning of the investigation phase, I will reveal the top card of my hunch deck, which is a shortcut. So at least during my turn, I can fast move someone to a connecting location. However, let us have a look here. We are in Central Hill. You step off the train into Kingsport's city center. The smell of salt sea air fills you with both hope and fear. Yes, Crosshair.
Who's gonna take it?
That's a great question. What do you think? Okay, sure, yeah. So Joe is, he's been outside of Massachusetts a bit. He's maybe even been to Europe once or twice.
Daisy probably hasn't left the library, so
he's feeling more confident to take the lead on keeping them safe, hopefully. Okay. So let's have a look here. Central Hill. Your ship is slated to depart soon, but you may still have time to make some extra preparations at Kingsport's shops. 3 shroud, 0 clues. Action, spend 1 to 3 resources. Search the top X cards of your deck for an item asset and draw it, where X is 3 times the number of resources spent. So you can action search 3, 6, or 9 cards by spending resources, which is, if you want to look for an item.
Yeah, not bad.
My gearing up is going to be ridiculously short, which is annoying. But my question to you, Crosshair, is whether you want Joe to maybe try to give you some directions into town, or whether he should take some directions and get into town.
Well, my idea was to just check out the whole town. So
okay,
that could work.
Great, sure, sounds good.
Since you're not using it, you could lead me to South Shore.
Yeah, that's it. I don't. I could, but I can also throw it to you. So I think that's no bad thing, right? Because then you'll have one more action to do something with. So let's do it. I will. I'll show you the gear up really quick. It's a knife. Joe. Joe brought a lot of things, but of course it's all in the various trunks that he's brought, right? Steamer trunks and things for this ship. All that he can actually carry on his person is a small, well, it's not so small, but like a relatively subtle knife. But he will, of course, point out to Daisy that there's a way into South Shore that'll get her there a bit more quickly than the main route. And I'll shortcut you whichever way you want to go.
I think South Shore, like the most indirect route.
Yeah, perfect.
Kingsport's southern seafront is the home to many landmarks, including an artist colony. Well, that's probably where Daisy went. Oh, okay. South Shore. While fickle and flighty, many of the artists have been affected by strange dreams of impossible landscapes and could share some insights if you spare the time. It is a 5 shroud 4-clue location with a reaction. Choose and discard a card from your hand. Reduce South Shore's shroud by 2 for the next investigation action taken on it. Do a minimum of 1.
So you could free trigger like any number of times that you want to reduce the South Shore's shroud by 2, but it only goes to a minimum of 1.
Yeah.
Very good, Flower. Exactly. So indeed, many of the artists, as you said, there's been strange dreams plaguing the artist colony here, and maybe Daisy is going to want to know about that, or maybe Daisy has something else that he's doing. Who knows?
It's a 5 and 5, so it's not great.
Well, indeed, although, as you could discard cards to reduce its shroud if that's Well, it reduces it for one action, for the next investigate action, it says. But
Yeah.
maybe you want to keep the cards that are in your hand, which would make sense.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I kind of think I might just wait here and do a bit of setup myself,
Seems like a plan.
and then try to get the clues next turn.
Cool. It seems like a good idea. And I'll just point out to Flower that it's a really good point. Typically, if a location is removed from play, it doesn't just go to the victory display, it just is removed from the game. Most of the time in Arkham that I've seen, there'll be a note that says, remove all locations, brackets, if it has victory X and no clues, add it to the victory display. This is kind of usually how I see it done.
Yeah. Let's just check some cryptic writings.
From the
Only
artists.
for 3.
Okay. Money, that's good.
And then, just as a prep, Daisy just checking her
Oh.
tote bag.
Lovely.
Comes into play finally.
Hey.
So, 2 additional hand slots which can only be used to hold home assets.
Okay.
Luckily, Daisy doesn't have any of those.
But it's good to have.
I'll just try 515 investigating this.
Alright.
Might as well. Or should I draw? Draw might be better, actually.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna draw. Okay. Fine. Well, fine. Kind of. Yeah. Okay.
Good. Well, it's a bit of a slow start, but Daisy and Joe don't believe that anyone's followed them here. The agents of this cult might, be tracking them, but they don't think they're in any danger yet. So we go no ready enemies, which means, of course, we go straight to upkeep. What the it's so annoying. Okay.
Fuck. Well, I guess I'll throw higher education away.
Who needs education when you have writings and books and tomes? Joe waiting behind, making sure that he's got everything he needs and making sure the trunks are being shipped to the proper ship. Daisy at South Shore, we add a doom to the agenda, so we go to 3 out of 7 and we draw our encounter cards to see what is happening. Well, that makes sense. This is Fixer, who is a 3/3/2 Hunter Retaliate. It has additional text to do with countermeasures, but there are no countermeasures in play, so we're good. Oh boy. Well, this fucking sucks.
Stabby time.
Yeah. Oh man, that's...
And at the artist colony, there's someone hot on Daisy's trail. Hot on your trail into play in your threat area. Okay. First, after you move an unengaged non-elite enemy 1 location towards you. If an enemy enters your location through this effect, lose 1 resource. Test agility X where X is your location's route value. If you succeed, discard hot on your trail. So currently not an issue.
Correct. Yeah, there's 1 enemy, but it is engaged, so it's not hot on your trail right now. At least. Well, I'm definitely not happy about this. God, what a fucking waste of time. Oh boy. Yeah. Well, that's that, I guess.
Oh.
So,
I
I was hoping, Crosshair, I'll say, just because of course you can potentially guess, the fact that I wasn't able to gear up further probably means I have other kinds of cards in hand. So my hope was to zip on into South Shore and give Daisy a hand in figuring out what these strange dreams are. But now, naturally, there's someone who has pursued Joe, and I got to deal with that first. It's just too bad.
Yeah. Can I go first?
Yes.
because I haven't seen to do that I'd like to do.
Yeah,
At
go
least.
for it. If you have something you want to do, I say try it out.
Yeah, so Daisy's gonna leave South Shore as it is. Come to your location. Hello. And the power word on
Oh!
Fixer.
Well, hello! What does that mean? It doesn't even have anything. Flower.
And Daisy basically walks in like, oh, I know you. I saw you before. You wouldn't happen to have any absinthe for me? And I'm going to parlay with the Fixer. And one command.
Limit once per round per command. So, yeah, I suppose it can be, you can command it multiple times, I believe.
Are you going to kill it this turn? Probably not.
No, probably not.
And it's gonna exhaust.
Oh, nice. I mean, frankly, we could just get the hell out of here, right? We could just leave.
Yeah.
As well.
Daisy is gonna look at the Fixer like, I have some things to discuss with you, but for now leave my friend alone.
Oh. Does he exhaust and disengage? That's so good. Thank you. Well, look at that.
Yeah, I have more uses for him, but... Power word.
He's not evaded, though, is he? He's just exhausted. So I think he's still engaged with me, but he can't attack. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just... If I move, he'll come with me, but he's still engaged, which is fine.
Right.
That's fine, though.
Just don't leave.
Don't
Or I have to follow again. Well... Actually, you can, because I can follow. You were going to South Shore anyway, so...
Yeah, well, so your power word was fast. Any other thing you wanted to...
Oh, then I'm gonna use the other parlay action to heal 2 damage from me.
Great, yeah. Yeah, because you...
Because
Yes.
Power word has a new command, Mercy. I parlay an investigator at the enemy's location heals damage or horror equal to this enemy's respective damage horror value.
Great. So...
Which is... Cool.
So
now you can do whatever you want with it.
Fantastic. Daisy has entered, seen someone pursuing Joe, I guess commanded them to cower and then demanded for mercy, which I guess makes her feel better?
Yeah, maybe the Fixer had some bandages or something.
Hey, I'll take it. That sounds awesome. Joe, then... I am gonna move because I'm happy to start taking care of this guy, but I wanna... If we're gonna be here, I'm gonna see about taking care of this, getting these, clues. Getting this victory point, maybe, even.
Yeah, because we're gonna end up in Harbor Side anyway, so...
Exactly. So, we're here, we've got a cowering Fixer. Joe is going to speak to this artist colony, see what he can learn that might help him connect the dots a bit better. I'm going to investigate by burning the midnight oil, so I'm going to gain 2 resources. Sorry, free trigger. Choose and discard a card from your hand. Reduce South Shore's Shroud by 2. I'm going to do that first. And I'm going to toss away another one. I don't think I need to. Yeah. And then I'm going to commit 2 deductions. We're gonna, of course, Joe is interviewing one person and he's gonna start hopefully making some deductions to see if he can connect the dots, really figure out what these strange dreams might mean. I've reduced its shroud value to 3. I committed 2 intellect icons, which takes me up to 6 to 3. Yeah, let's do it.
Oh.
It would be a real shame, Flower, a real shame. Skull, it's red. It is red, Flower. It's a different kind of red, though. Minus X. X is equal to the current act number, which is 1. Success. 3 clues from the double deductions. Not bad at all. And that is pretty good. And then last action, I think I'm going to start getting to work on this fixer. So I will, seeing that he's perhaps cowering but still there, Joe is going to try to stab him with the knife. I have 4 combat, 6 with the knife, so 6 to 3. Done. 1 damage. Boop.
Stab, stab.
Stab, stab. What else does your power word have going on here? I'm just looking at your wonderful upgrade. Ooh, fun.
Yeah. Betray deals damage to an enemy with lower fight value, mercy heals, horror damage, and greater control returns it to my hand when I want.
Nice. Well, that particularly is good, right? Because if the enemy is defeated, then the power word would be discarded normally.
Yeah,
but this way
as a reaction, I can bring it back.
Exactly. Well, that is if I'm not mistaken, the end of the investigation phase. Shuffle logical reasoning back in. We go to the enemy phase, but of course our good friend Fixer is exhausted. He cowered, if you will.
Yeah. Who
cowed.
wouldn't be after talking to Daisy?
Exactly. And we upkeep, so he'll ready, draw cards, gain resources, do whatever we need to do. That's nice too. This is the downside to forced learning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Corrected it would be fast, but
Mythos phase. We go to 4 out of 7 Doom. Joe is currently entangled with this big hulking, I don't know, Obanian gang member? Maybe? Conspirator? Maybe? We're not quite sure. He's ready to take him out as the agents of chaos try to pursue us. 4 out of 7 Doom. Let's see what hits us up at the South Shore. Oh, it's Battering Waves. I've seen this before. Revelation, test agility 3. If you fail, take a damage, move to the connecting location with the lowest shroud value. If there is a difference of 2 or more between the shroud values of the locations, also lose an action. So it would bump me back to Central Hill, and I would take a damage, and I would lose an action, which is not great.
Yeah.
I'm going to, hope to pass. It is what it is. I'm going to commit these handcuffs to this test to go 3 to 3. Joe, having his eyes fixed on the hulking assailant, doesn't see the rogue wave coming up over the shoreline. Testing 3 to 3? Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Okay.
I failed, take a damage, and move, and lose an action. Done.
Ooh.
But he's now back at your location.
Yeah. And what happens here after the wave hits?
Ugh.
A hidden needle.
Whoa.
Hazard, tactic, poison. I did not forget the marine pursuits of the cult members in Louisiana, and would not be surprised to learn of secret methods and poison needles as ruthless and as anciently known as the cryptic rites and beliefs. If you say so.
Whatever you say, H.P. Lovecraft. Herbert. Power word Lovecraft.
Agility 3, if you fail, take 1 damage. Fail 2 by more, you lose 1 action.
Woof. Well,
Yeah.
Okay, this is... We should have known globetrotting would require high agility, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah. Oh well. 2 to 3. Yeah.
Ah, yes, I meant to update this. The cultists have become... actually, I should actually check before I do this. We're at 4 Doom, which means cultists are -2.
Right. I failed by Let's see. -2. So that's a 2 or more. Yeah. Lose 1 action, take 1 damage.
Oof. Yeah,
Because
definitely should have flour. Sucks.
Daisy apparently tripped or put her hands somewhere where there was a needle, or perhaps the fixer was left her a little bit of a gift in the medical supplies.
Well, exactly right. That was my question. Is it the work of this fixer, or is it something worse? Who knows?
It's okay, we'll fix it anyway.
Ooh. Now that is very interesting. A fast, free clue off a location.
So I don't need to go to South Shore.
No.
Yeah. So, if I may, I could heal from the fixer and move to Harborside, or dig for an item.
Mm-hmm. If you, I mean, if you, yeah, those are good things for sure. If this fixer was exhausted, I could move and get the last clue from South Shore for free without having to investigate, which is not bad.
Yeah. That would mean that I won't do anything else on this turn, but
well, anything. Well, you'd have 1 action, I suppose. You're
I
thinking
meant
about
if I was healing.
If you were also healing, yes, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, that's a fast also. So, what are your 2 actions going to be?
Move, and probably move. Not very exciting actions, but or stab. Yes, actually, that's very true.
Yeah, because 2 actions will mean that I'm because I don't want to be 2 out of 5 on the health value.
Yes, understood. Yeah, no, of course. And again, you don't have to do the exhausting thing. I just figured it's somewhat efficient because for 1 action I can go and get us a victory point. Seems pretty good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, I'll stay here and do the same talking with the fixer, like heal me up and leave my friend alone.
That's funny. Heal me up, leave my friend alone. Well, that's nice. Look at Daisy, all healthy as a horse, I think is the expression.
Yeah, like basically I have 5 cards, 0 on both, and 5 resources, so basically where I started.
There you go. Yeah, I'm really hoping there's some trick to this scenario, because I feel like I don't want to speak for you, I certainly had the worst ever kind of start for Joe, and so I'm really hoping it's not going to be so disastrous that it was a bit of a slow start.
Not too bad, unless this ends in 3 turns.
Well, that's what it says is going to happen, so that's kind of my concern as well. We move back down to South Shore. Joe is got a hunch that, in fact, and I'm going to pick up this clue, Joe has a hunch that indeed the artists with their strange dreams is linked to what's happening, and starts to develop a bit of a hypothesis that the raising of this continent, of the island of Relia, is starting to affect those with more intuitive minds. I hope so, Flower. That's my hope. And then last action, indeed, I am going to once again stab the fixer. Then he'll be down 1 more health. 6 to 3. Well, shit.
Okay, then.
Joe obviously misses somehow, which is great. And I think Retaliate only fires if the enemy is ready, so I'm just going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure. Because otherwise that'd be...
Yeah, and he can't attack you anyway.
Mm-hmm. A ready enemy, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, that's annoying, but that's me. So annoying.
That's us.
the fixer readies as we go to upkeep. Absolutely fucking ludicrous. Okay. God damn it.
Yeah, those were tablets. Yeah. Cool. I'm gonna throw the warped idol away. We don't, or put it back into the bag.
Seriously, Flower. It's very possible. Oh boy. We go to the mythos phase, which takes the agenda up to 5 out of 7 doom, which I will remember right now takes the cultists up to -3s. Whoops. There they are. Which is annoying. The clock creeps ever closer for us to make our way onto the ship at Harborside. So hopefully at the end of this round we'll be able to do so. But it's also time to draw some encounter cards.
And it is.
Ooh, that rogue wave that washed Joe back brought with it a strange creature. This is the Deep One Raider, which we remember from that first scenario. It's a 4/3/1 forced. After Deep One Raider is successfully evaded, it moves to a connecting location, empty if possible. So it tries to get away from you as best it can. Well, that's not great.
And back at the central hill, there's a hidden needle. Okay, cool. Cool.
I mean, let's just fucking get to the goddamn... Let's just get the hell out of here. That's all I have to say. Yep.
-1. That's 2 or more. Yep.
Ouch.
1. Lose an action.
Too bad. Too bad, so sad. It's unfortunate. No stone unturned. Not particularly helpful today. So the objective that we have for ourselves here, at the end of the round, investigators at Harborside may choose to advance. Investigators not at Harborside will be defeated. That's something.
I'm actually thinking about...
Apparently, Flower, yeah. What are you thinking? Sorry.
2 actions is fine.
Okay.
I think.
Do we want to, just to, because I realize you're planning out what those actions are, do we want to try to end at Harborside this round in advance, or do we want to give ourselves another turn, which we hopefully have?
And what's at Harborside, so...
That's true.
I'm gonna deny existence the action thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that... If you fail by 2 or more, lose an action. Yep, and you can choose to... Yep, you're right. Deny the existence of that being a problem.
Yeah, I've had this poison before.
Exactly. It doesn't slow you down anymore. It still hurts. It doesn't slow you down.
Yeah.
Great.
I didn't draw the deny existence, but anyway. Wouldn't matter anyway. Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Oh, you mean like it was one of the... It wasn't one of the 2 cards you drew in upkeep.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I think 3 actions now is better than clearing something later. So.
So yeah, so my question I think still stands whether Daisy and Joe want to try to get on the ship or if they want to take another round to, I don't know what, do setup or try to kill people or whatever.
I guess it depends on how your turn goes because I'm good to go.
Well, that depends a bit on my turn, depends a bit on how your turn goes. If you want to come through here and shout at the fixer or head straight to Harborside, I have 2 enemies. Moving with them both is going to be a big issue. I would probably try to evade the Deep One Raider. I'd probably move and take an attack of opportunity. I don't know. And then maybe try to stab him. It's not great.
If I if I come to South Shore, use the power word, and then move, that's another whole turn.
I agree. It hasn't been very efficient. I agree with you. What if you moved to Harborside? You would have a couple actions left.
Yeah. I could
To
actually play something.
yeah. Well, then it sounds like you want to do that. Oh no, you wanted me to go first. You're thinking.
Yeah, I mean that because if you have a really good turn, then you don't need my help. But if you don't, then I can.
I definitely will not have a really good turn. I will hopefully I will have some sort of turn, but we'll do our best here. I'm gonna try to evade the Deep One Raider. Yes, go ahead. Sorry.
Worst case, you'll just have to stay there. Because then I can come in and exhaust the fixer before he hits you. And
Well, so I have the knife does allow me to fight before an attack resolves in the enemy phase and deals 2 damage. Like I'm just sorry, yes, I hadn't communicated my thoughts yet. I thought maybe if I ended my turn at Harborside, I would have to probably take an attack for that. But if I then do that, at least we'll be in a position to hop on the boat at the end of the round.
yeah, that's one.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, the enemy has to attack you for you to use the knife.
The good part of the knife here, yeah. Yeah, well, so Flower, great question. The Deep One Raider says after it is successfully evaded, it moves to a connecting location empty if possible. So it would indeed move to an empty location, but it would then be evaded, so it wouldn't automatically engage anyone or fight or whatever.
Yeah.
But I will... Because, yeah, if I do, this is my thought, Crosshair. If I don't move, we can't get on the boat this turn.
Yeah.
And I figure we want to try to do that.
If we don't get on the boat this turn, then I can come help you first. So that's the thing.
Yes, and this is so. But that's my okay. So that's my question though. Do we think that once we get on the boat, it will reset all of the doom, or do we think it'll just remove a couple? This is my question for you, right?
No idea.
Right. No, exactly. And I know it's story first, but I also, of course, I don't want the scenario to just end after this agenda. That would not be very nice.
Yeah.
Well.
Let's just get on the boat and fix things later.
Yeah, I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to try evading the Deep One Raider. Yes, you have a different... Yeah, go ahead.
If you move with the fixer, and you're planning on killing him in the enemy phase, I can come and use the parlay to heal you before you kill him.
That sounds quite nice, actually. And then maybe even take it back to hand if you want your power word back.
Yeah, I'll take it when it dies. Or before we advance.
Yeah, it would have to come back to hand before he dies, because otherwise it gets discarded.
It's a reaction.
Yes. There are free trigger windows that you can like free trigger exists only in certain times. Like in player windows, I mean. Like i.e., if it's in your discard pile, you can't take it back to hand, because then it's no longer in play. Kind of thing.
So that.
But it does mean you could like use an action on it and return it to your hand. I don't think that's a problem.
No, it's I don't need to use an action.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, is that it's just you can't let the enemy die and then scoop up power word, because it's already gone at that time.
I'm checking it.
Yeah, of course. Because, sorry, my understanding is that free trigger abilities can be used only during free trigger windows and not just to interrupt any effect kind of thing. But I don't want to... I feel like I've been a real stickler for rules today, Crosshair, and part of it is that I was interrupted in my stream very early on, which is quite annoying. But there you go. In the meantime, I'll start taking my turn. I feel like I think you're looking into something, but I'll start.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure where you were at. Joe is going to try to get away from this horrible fish monster that's appeared here in South Shore. Let's try to evade it at 2-1. Yeah, that's the ticket. That's a spicy one. Okay. Not ideal.
Of course.
Second action, we'll do that again. Try to evade it at 2-1. We'll just see maybe old slow Joe can kind of get the lead out a little bit. Okay, that one worked at least. Thankfully. It exhausts and it moves to a connecting location that is empty. And then last action, I will move, taking an attack of opportunity. Joe is really anxious to clearly there's a lot of, this assassin has started sending people after them, which is not good. I'll take an attack of opportunity to move. Sorry, I should read this. Harborside. Kingsport manages a surprising amount of international shipping for a harbor of its size, rivaling even nearby Boston. Every ship is a romantic object, except that we sail in. Embark, and the romance quits our vessel and hangs on every other sail in the horizon. It's a one-shroud, zero-clue location, which is a port. And it says, action, choose and shuffle a non-weakness card from your hand into your deck. Draw 2 cards. Limit once per round. Interesting. Joe grits his teeth and gets ready to try to lose this guy in the throng of people at the harbor side. And that's my turn.
Well, you wouldn't have a reaction time between enemy dying anyway. I just thought those were like past actions, those.
Anyway,
Lionel.
Sorry, the little lightning bolt? And they are absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just I think there are certain windows in which the game kind of allows you to take fast actions, which is weird in the sense that you would think fast means kind of just any time, but it's I guess a bit more specific.
Yeah, it's weird because basically I do have a window after enemy attacks, but their death isn't marked.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I see. So okay. I see.
Because survival knife puts a wrench in the whole thing. Because it happens, there's no mention of enemy death in enemy phase.
Yes, that's true. I understand. I'm thinking that you could, if you want to use Power Word, you could use it during your turn and then pick it up during your turn, because it doesn't. Yeah. That is a really good point, though, right? Is that there is a window during a skill test, so he would attack. You could pick it back up while I'm fighting him, basically. But you're right that it wouldn't. It is a bit funky.
Yeah, it's a bit stupid because it kind of loses power, but loses some power with it.
I'm not sure if what does it while it's attached to Fixer, it doesn't do anything unless you spend an action on it, right? So it's not.
Let's say you didn't kill the Fixer, then I would want to leave the Power Word on it. But if you do kill the Fixer, I don't want to leave the Power Word on it.
That is the okay, I understand now. That is the tricky part, and that would have to be a choice.
I'm not gonna look it up though. Yeah. I'll look it up at some point.
No, totally. All things said, Joe's managed to evade this fish creature that has come back to haunt him from his dreams. However, this fixer indeed is still hot on his trail, as it were. And there you go.
You're dead soon.
That's right.
So I have to waste another turn on that.
Well, hang on. You don't have to waste anything. What are your actions that you want to take?
Well, basically, I've been just heal, move, exhaust, heal, move. I haven't done anything.
But what? I think this is an important question. What do you want to do?
Like, it would be nice to play some assets before we move on to the next phase.
I agree. No, totally. So I say, like...
But it's a stupid move because you have 3 health left.
Well, I won't die if I take 2 damage from the fixer.
Yeah, but, like, then you're gonna die to the next enemy, or maybe the... it's just much better to heal you before we advance. It's just annoying that I can't do anything else.
Well, move, heal, blank.
Yeah.
Right. I don't disagree that the action economy of this game can be really frustrating when there's a lot to do. There's a lot that needs doing. And I, of course, didn't get any of my gear that I needed to, like, actually accomplish any tasks, which kind of sucks. But there you go.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's Arkham. Excuse me.
But yeah, Daisy's gonna join up at the harbor side, discuss with the fixer a bit, heal you up 2 points,
Thank you.
believe. Yeah, investigator at the enemy location.
Awesome. Well, mercy is appreciated.
And with that, thank you. No longer under Daisy's control as he boards the ship. What do I want?
Decisions. Oh, shoot. I probably ran out of music as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Encyclopedia.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah. Just something.
Yeah, well, you know, having a tome out, no bad thing. I'm sure Daisy can make good use of it. In the enemy phase, indeed, as you mentioned, Joe and Daisy are making their way to board the ship. The fixer tries one last time, hopefully, to get a hold of Joe, who whirls around with his knife, attempting to plunge it up through the ribs of the fixer. When an enemy attacks you during the enemy phase, before resolving the attack, exhaust survival knife, fight. You have to fight that enemy. You get +2 combat and deal +1 damage. So I'm going to fight 6-3 against this fixer.
You still take 2 damage.
It says before resolving that attack. The base version of the knife does. It is after, and then the upgraded version is better, thankfully.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah.
Just some light reading weirdness, no big deal. 2 damage. The fixer stumbles off into the darkness to hopefully go die somewhere. As Joe breathes a sigh of relief and makes his way onto the boat. Upkeep draws us cards and gains us resources. Well, that's going to be fun.
Okay, cool.
Joe is immediately into the bar, drinking away his pain and his desperation. This is fun. This is Stupor. This is actually the first time I've put it into play, this campaign. Wild. I don't know how I avoided it for so long. Stupor can be healed as if it were a single point of horror on you. If it is healed, discard it. Forced. After you take a parlay, draw, or investigate action, You cannot take any of those actions for the remainder of the turn. Your turn, yeah.
A to C, so that's what, 23 or so? It's probably one of her trunks.
Ooh, today I'm going to start on S. Oh, C. C is for Cthulhu.
Reading up on fast actions. But yeah, it's before... with the knife, I had to look this up, but because it's annoying me. It has to happen after the enemy attack. So there's after every action, there's a fast window, basically. So before you do the stabby stab, but after the enemy attacks.
Yes, that makes sense to me. There's
So basically, if you choose to use the knife, I can then, before that, grab the power word back or something.
Exactly. I'll draw your attention as well, Crosshair, if it interests you at all. Over on the left side here, there's, the various rules and so on, but there's also a sort of more detailed list of the various phases, including where the player windows are, which I just like. I think it looks nice.
Yeah, but it's wrong.
Well, no, hang on. It's right. There's also a window during skill tests.
Yeah, but
yes.
It's this is nice, the player window thing, but we've been using fast actions all over the place.
No, but I don't think we have, because like you said, during Mythos, there's a window at a specific time. There's windows during and after, during skill tests, but after each action, right? You can use free triggers between actions, and I feel like I don't think we've been just mid-test doing stuff and all of this.
No, not mid-test, but this doesn't include all the fast window spots.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I figure it must, because it's the official document. In addition to the one, there are a couple windows during skill tests that aren't listed here, because skill tests happen kind of outside of the normal timing of a turn or a round.
Yeah, it's all a bit iffy, but
yeah, I think we will probably discuss this further off stream, because I'm honestly a bit confused myself right now. But I think we should advance the act at the end of the round and see where we get to.
Yeah.
I am going to do that. Act 1B, Kingsport to Gibraltar. You close the door to your cabin and drink, and collapse onto the bed with a sigh of relief. You can't be sure how many enemy agents are concealed among the passengers, but you have some consolation in your private room. Each investigator loses all of their clues. Remove all doom from the current agenda. Okay, all doom. Good. Okay, see, that's...
excellent.
I'm really happy to see that. For each enemy in play, you must choose one. The enemy stays in play. Move it to Harborside if it is not already at Harborside. Discard that enemy and place one doom on the current agenda. Okay, so there is an enemy in play, which is the Deep One Raider. So we can either get rid of it for a doom, or move it here and then it engages one of us for whatever happens next. I'm not even going to continue to read the act until we figure out what we want to do there.
Okay. I don't think it'll be an issue. I'd rather take a whole turn before.
Sorry,
Do we want to lose a whole turn or keep one enemy in play?
That's it, right? So I tend to agree. I think we will keep it in play so that we don't lose another round to it. That sounds like a plan. Each investigator at Kingsport is defeated. That's fine. Move each Kingsport location with no clues on it and Victory X to the victory display. Remove each other Kingsport location from the game. Blah, blah, blah. Put the set-aside Gibraltar locations into play. I'm going to start doing this Now, because this goes in here, we're going to recall the Kingsport. Damn it. Hey, give me that. That one had victory 1. You're not allowed to take it. And place the Gibraltar locations. Okay. Is that right?
I guess the deep one stays engaged.
It does, yeah. I don't think it disappears or anything necessarily. Gibraltar has 4 locations. Okay, cool. That's done. And then it says put the set-aside Harbor Blockade story card into play next to the Act deck, which I will do. Let's read Act 2A and Harbor Blockade so we have a sense of what's going on here. The Gibraltar problem. From the ship's deck, you spot the famous Rock of Gibraltar at the entrance to the Mediterranean. The liner stops at Gibraltar's port to resupply, but this is where the pleasure cruise finally ends. Objective. At the end of the round, if you have, quote, solved the Gibraltar problem, investigators at Harborside may choose to advance. Warning, anyone not at Harborside will be defeated. Okay. So, I don't know what that means, but I suppose we'll have a look at Harbor Blockade, Gibraltar.
Yeah, I have an idea what it means.
That's a problem. A few short hours after your liner makes port, a derelict tanker limps into Gibraltar's harbor, barely afloat for the holes on its side. Oh god. It grinds to a halt on the rocks of the bay, making it impossible for large ships to pass by. You have no doubt in your mind that this event was concocted by your enemies, but you can't wait idly for the authorities to clear the ship. What are we gonna tow it ourselves? Free trigger. Spend 8 clues as a group. Flip this card. Resolve the revelation effect on the other side, as if the lead investigator had drawn this card from the encounter deck.
As a group, so anywhere.
Right.
That's at least something.
That's at least something.
We
Interesting.
do have 7. Well, 6.
I was about to say, yeah, we go to 1 out of 7 doom. But you're right, we've got our time back to resolve the Gibraltar problem, whatever that is. I'm thinking encounter cards, take a break? Thoughts, feelings?
Yeah, before the investigation.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, if that works for you, so we get a sense of where we're where we're at with all of these troubles.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Joe's feeling like he's relaxed, but perhaps not relaxed enough. Naturally. Coming off the ship, he's immediately accosted by someone who smells the liquor on him and demands his money. This is a Wharf Rat 323. He has a parlay action on him. Reveal a random token from the Chaos Bag. You may spend 2 resources to reveal an additional token. If you reveal a bad stuff token, it readies, engages, and attacks you. If you reveal any other token, discard Wharf Rat. If you reveal a +1 or an Elder Sign, also discover a clue at your location.
Which there is none.
No, but, Joe needs to deal with this guy for sure. And see you, Flower, thanks so much for being here. We will hopefully see you past Gibraltar, and maybe even on Drew Crew a little later.
Oh, bye-bye.
Stupor.
007.
Oh, Stupor. Oh, Joe, just drinking so much.
I'm just thinking... Betray might come in handy here. Anyway, let's see what I draw.
Yeah, who knows?
What else we got?
Oh!
Just keeps giving.
Yep, the gift that
on.
keeps on giving.
It's hidden. I can tell you that much.
And it might not be something I can help with. Who knows?
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Okay. As long as we're okay.
No.
Oh,
no, you're not.
I see.
Okay.
Something has happened to Daisy on their trip to Gibraltar. Something is about to happen to Joe as a man accosts him and monsters accost him as well in Harborside. They're here on the beautiful island of Gibraltar, but their ship is blocked out of the harbor. They need to resolve this problem as best they can. A shortcut presents itself, perhaps. But this is the beginning of the investigation phase, which means we are going to take a short break. Sorry about the unintended break in the beginning there. But yes, we'll see you all in just a couple of moments. Back on. Hokey blokey schmokies. Welcome back to Doomed, and welcome to Gibraltar. Daisy and Joe have boarded their pleasure liner, their cruise liner, in an attempt to make it across the world to Singapore, where the cult of Cthulhu lies, seeing what they need to deal with. Just getting out of America was was more than a challenge. It was almost disastrous. But they've managed to make it onto the ocean liner. Joe's been drinking himself absolutely silly, and at least one creature from the deep has followed them across the ocean. So we have returned to Doomed. I'm just going to remind us a little bit about what we have going on here. The current act, the Gibraltar problem, says at the end of the round, if you have solved the Gibraltar problem, we may choose to advance from Harborside. I guess I should just double check. Harborside is the same location, yeah. And the story card here tells us that we can spend 8 clues as a group to flip this card and resolve the revelation on the other side, as if the lead investigator had drawn it from the encounter deck. Welcome back, Crosshair. I was just catching folks up on the new objective and where we were and all of this.
Yeah, I do want to just circle back because I don't like to leave things hanging. On the fast action thing, you are absolutely correct that there are player windows, but one of the keywords in Arkham that I forgot about is when. Those are the, for example, deny existence. It doesn't happen in a player window, but it happens when.
Yes. Okay, I see. Yes. Do you mind if I have a look at deny existence?
Oh, yeah.
Here we are. Because it says fast on it, so it's like, oh shoot, how can I play this during a window that's not a free trigger window? I see.
Yeah. But there's the when.
Bingo. Okay.
That's the thing that made me think that we haven't been following the player window, because we've been playing cards that are fast, but it's fast cards that have the when keyword.
Yes. Nice. Okay, cool. I can totally understand, and I know what you, and I think Deny Existence in particular is one of those funky cards, because what it does very specifically is you're holding on to it so that when something from the mythos tries to hurt you, you can be like, bah! Surprise! You've activated my trap card, which is a good time.
So I thought that the power word fast action, the lightning bolt, meant that it doesn't follow the action windows, but that's a different thing because it doesn't have when.
Yes, that is an excellent point.
So yeah, great
okay.
That's solved. I was just overwhelmed with text in chat, you talking, me trying to figure it out from the net, and it got annoying.
Totally. Well, Crosshair, I really appreciate that, and I'm glad that we feel relatively sorted. I certainly do. I mean, I feel frustrated at Arkham for trying to lock us in America.
Yeah.
What the hell, dudes?
And speaking of losing actions.
Yeah, speaking of. Oh, speaking of. Interesting. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, no, I certainly appreciate it. And I look, I mean, for me at least, I'm just glad we've reached a different part of Gibraltar here. We're at 1 doom and Act 2. I'm just updating all the tokens as we do. All right, TT, rest well. Talk to you soon.
Hi.
Exactly, Weirdness. You can't keep us in here. We have to get to Singapore. So, we have to solve the Gibraltar problem. There's maybe some way of doing it with clues. There may be some way of doing it on the island of Gibraltar itself. I know that, Daisy, you wanted to do some stuff, but I also know you have a hidden, mysterious card of some kind. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's not pressing, but
Okay.
I could also help with this.
Yeah, I kind of want to try the... I mean, Stupor's not ideal here, but yeah, I was thinking I could maybe do the parlay for Wharfrat, because maybe if I shortcut myself, I could get a clue somewhere from it. That's a long shot, but it's something.
Yeah, and you'd have to first move. Oh, but it's fast, so you don't take attacks of opportunity. So yeah, maybe if you fast try to parlay, then I can help if need be with the deep one.
Okay.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. I could, you're right. Yeah, I could go first. I'm just reminding myself, Stupor is parlay, draw, and investigate actions. After you take one of those, you can't do any of those types of actions for the remainder of the turn, which is funny. I think Joe's just pretty wasted. I can, yeah, why don't I give it a start and see where we get to?
Yeah, because I was thinking encyclopedia in you, but that means I'd have to take my turn first.
Yeah, and I know that you're also thinking maybe you can help out in some other way potentially, if it needs,
Yeah,
if needs be.
If need be, yeah.
Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Exactly. Let's see what we can do here when Joe... He's never been to Gibraltar, but he's definitely, heard stories from a lot of people. So he knows that there's a little way straight out of the harbor and into a garden, which he is aware of as a place where he might be able to lose this wharf rat, this huge hulking dude who's trying to beat him up. The Alameda Gardens. The lush garden provides a pleasant atmosphere with some shelter from the Mediterranean sun. It was originally intended for use by off-duty troops, but is open to the public. The verdant gardens provide better cover for your enemies than you, unfortunately. Damn it. Force! It's 2 Shroud. 4 clues. There's a forced effect on it. After you discover a total of 2 or more clues from Alameda Gardens during your turn, draw the top card of the encounter deck. Limit once per turn. Yuck.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. So I will maybe only try to get 1 clue. Oh, reading. Hello. Welcome to Doomed. Wonderful to have you with us. I'm joined today by the Crosshair.
Hi.
We've, just to quickly catch you up reading, Daisy and Joe have embarked on a steamliner to make their way to Singapore. Although the agents of the cult managed to almost force them to miss their boat, and then they've made it to Gibraltar, but now there's a massive tanker blocking a way out of the harbor itself. They have to try to solve the problem. I am going to action parlay with the wharf rat. I think Joe is, he doesn't need murder charges in multiple countries, right? He's going to try to get away with not actually hurting this guy. Reveal a random token from the chaos bag. Before revealing tokens, you may spend 2 resources to reveal an additional token. I'm going to do that. I'm going to reveal 2 tokens. They are both -1s. If you reveal any other token, discard Wharf Rat. So, at least. Joe pays the guy a couple of bucks to look the other way, and he vanishes. I mean, he vanishes. He goes back to work at the wharf. Next, I guess I gotta deal with this guy. I mean, got to. I'm gonna try stabbing him. I could also try to evade it, and then it'll move away, but then it'll come back and get us later, so.
Yeah, it's possible healing also, but...
Oh, that's true. I'll keep him around then, in the sense of trying to kill him. Wait, I'll keep him around for now. Joe's like, come at me, fish man. What do you think? I'm scared of you? I'm gonna fight 6-4 against this Deep One Raider. This creature.
Oh, I meant that if you evade it, then it stays around, but also fighting also helps.
I see. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. I'll fight it once, and then I'll try to evade it, so that maybe it's got some damage on it, so I can kill it later potentially, or something. I'm trying to think of what else I can do this turn, and I'm not allowed to draw or investigate, so I think I'll... yeah.
You can investigate. You haven't taken... Oh.
Yeah.
Any of those types of actions. I thought it was like the bum leg one, where it's like that action.
Any, which is too bad. But I'm hoping maybe I can heal it at some point, which would be good. Like off of me at some point. Like I might be able to, and that would get rid of it.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna stab him once, 6-4, and then maybe we can see if we lose him in the garden. Okay, it's a point of damage. The knife kind of drives into the fish creature's skin, but doesn't seem to do much damage, only enraging it further. And then I will try to evade it at 2-1. See what I can do. Yeah, 2-1. A tablet. That's bad. If this test fails, this was -2. If this test fails, discard a card at random from your hand. Too bad for Joe. Hup. That's crack the case. Too bad. Well, no case cracking today, but that's all right. So we've got a hurt Deep One Raider, but not a dead one yet. I've got my knife ready to take it on in the enemy phase if we decide that's what we want to do. And Stupor continuing to drive Joe to drink. That's the end of my turn.
If you heal damage, does it mean that you can heal stupor?
Horror, yes.
Yeah, so if you get healed, and that means that it can go on stupor. Okay.
Yeah, stupor can be healed as if it were a single point of horror on you. So it's as if I have 2 horror instead of 1, and it would disappear if I get healed for that horror. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool, then that's one way of doing it. I could power word the fishy, but also, do you need to get rid of it right now?
No, stupor? I don't think so. It's annoying in the sense of like some turns I might want to investigate a few times, but at least for now, it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, good. Basically, could go check out the Tower of Homage.
Ooh, yeah. See what it is.
I'm just thinking, do I want? I can play it later. Yes, I do have a encyclopedia charts, but I don't really try. Oh. Okay, so Daisy's just gonna let the drunken Joe wander off in the Alameda Gardens while she takes a stroll up to the Tower of Homage. The dominant structure of Gibraltar is the tower of the old fortress known as the Moorish Castle. It was first constructed by the Berber Empire centuries ago and has stood through several major wars.
That's nice.
The fortifications hold many secrets, but just as many opportunities for ambushers to waylay you.
Ooh.
Victory 1, Force Route to clue location. Clues cannot be discovered from the Tower of Homage while there are any number of enemies at Tower of Homage.
They are guarding the secrets fiercely, if they are there at all.
Well, I guess I'll just have to clear it now then.
Okay.
Daisy consults her encyclopedia. Just to go to 7 on her investigation stuff. Exhaust. And then I guess she'll investigate.
Oh.
Deduction.
Ooh.
That would mean it's 8 against 4, which is as good as it gets, I believe.
As good as it gets with Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton. Is that movie? Is that what I'm thinking?
Something like that.
There's no one here to prevent you from researching the tower with your encyclopedic knowledge and maps. Perhaps there's something here for Daisy.
Let's see if she can find the secrets of the Tower of Fromage.
Oh, I'd love the Tower of Fromage.
Good. X is equal to current act number. Cool. So that's 1 clue, 2 clues with deduction, and the Tower of Fromage is clear.
What kind of fromage do you think was in the tower?
Remember, I would believe. Perhaps an Edam.
Delicious. Oh boy.
Last action. Now I get to play things.
Yay!
So, that won't do. Which one do I want? Yeah, let's bring it out.
Oh yeah,
Good old
delicious.
lab assistant who's been, I guess, with them all along, but just brings Daisy her rest of her tomes and.
Yeah, she's been performing experiments and things, right? She's been holding on to stuff.
Yeah. I have your new solution ready.
Oh, I hope she does.
Oh, well, that would have been nice, but oh well.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Excellent. The Tower of Fromage has given up its secrets to Daisy Walker. Joe, swigging from his flask, is once again assaulted by a fish. I like to think that he thinks he's gotten rid of it, but then, it's like a big jump scare from around a tree. This like fish creature jumps out at him. In the enemy phase, the Deep One Raider attacks, but I will exhaust the survival knife to try to fight back before it attacks me. At 6-4, I'm just gonna hopefully take him out in a swift cut to the gills. -2, which is a success. The Deep One Raider, being on land, perhaps it is not meant to be kept there, and Joe forces it out into the hot Mediterranean sun, where it begins to wither and die. Which brings us on to upkeep. Wouldn't mind putting that out.
I'm gonna throw deduction away.
Okay. We go to 2 out of 7 Doom. The reach of Cthulhu lengthens somewhat, but perhaps they cannot reach us yet. Joe in the garden, trying to figure out some sort of solution to this tanker problem. Daisy's probably already working on one.
I'm just enjoying the sun.
Just enjoying the sun and the sights. Encounter card in the garden. Driving Rain. Oh my god. Oh, that's annoying. Put Driving Rain into play next to the agenda deck. Forced. When an investigator would take a move or investigate action, they lose a resource. It doesn't prevent them from moving or investigating, it just makes it harder. And then at the end of the round, Driving Rain goes away. So that's a storm sets upon Gibraltar very suddenly.
Let's see if we find some fromage. Well, there's street brawl. So people are fighting at the tower, apparently over the cheeses. No, Edam is better. No, Camembert.
Soft cheese for life!
Daisy has seen another street brawl at the scenario 1 at the docks. So, Revelation test fight or agility 3. If you fail, take 2 damage and put street brawl into play near threat area. You cannot take parlay actions. Forced at the end of the round, discard street brawl. Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. I'll show you, soft cheese. Kapow! Very good, weirdness. Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be a 2-on-3 test anyway.
Yeah. Damn.
Oh well, I can parlay, that's fine. 2 damage, fine. Not fine.
Not fine, but
fine.
Something.
Okay. 2 against 3.
Well. So.
Daisy is quite adept at avoiding these street brawls, so...
Just manages to slink out from between the fighting fists. Very nice.
Best cheese is good anyway.
Damn it, Daisy! Who said that? I'll kill you! And then the brawl continues. That's very funny. Well,
yeah, I don't have much of a plan except play something, move, and investigate, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. And
or play and move.
Yeah, if you manage to play enough stuff out, the Driving Rain won't hurt you as badly, I guess. That you'll be out of internal resources, but like maybe that's no bad thing.
Oh right, move or investigate. Yeah, true. Well, that means that Joe can move down to the Europa point and Daisy can start working on the gardens.
Yes, I think that makes sense, and I'm imagining his hunch. Well, he could have a hunch in the garden. What's the forced effect on the gardens? After you discover a total of 2 or more clues during your turn, draw the top card of the encounter. Okay, so it wants you to only discover 1 per turn, I guess.
Yeah.
Gardens. Okay. Well, if you'll allow me to go first, I can see what Europa Point holds for us potentially.
It does cost 1 resource for you, but
yeah, but that's okay. I think that'll be fine. In fact, the first thing that happens before anything else, Joe is looking at the sort of like desiccating corpse of the fish creature hybrid, when a bark announces the arrival of a large sort of Irish wolfhound, this massive creature, almost a wolf in and of itself. Joe is just sort of so surprised, like I've never had a dog, and now all of a sudden I've had 3 in the last couple of days. This is guard dog level 2, who is very happy to be here.
Yeah, the original guard dog is pulling on a tentacle, and this one is fighting a bigger beast.
Yeah, oh god, it's true, eh?
Well grown up.
That's nice. Does Driving Rain move or investigate? Okay. Well, to work a hunch is not to investigate. I'm wondering if that's... Do you think I should have a hunch here in the garden, or do you think I should save it? Crosshair.
Yeah, because it's gonna take a while to clear it otherwise.
Yes, so you're right. Let's have the hunch here. I think Joe's seeing the dog sort of now chewing on the strange fish creature. He manages to clear his clouded head enough to go, oh, of course, the southern point of the island. That'll be where I can see if there's any way we can tow this godforsaken tanker out of here. And then I will, second action, move. I lose a resource in doing so. Europa Point, the southernmost point of Gibraltar, holds the famed Rock of Gibraltar, as well as its lighthouse. The mountainous shoreline of Morocco is visible across the straits. Oh my god. Near the point, the British Navy has a small stockpile of German sea mines left over from the Great War that they've been using for technical training. This is, I'm sure, nothing can possibly go wrong. 3 shroud, 6 clues. It says forced. After you discover any amount of clues from Europa Point, take a damage. Because you're, I guess, trying to investigate an active British military base. Naval base, sorry. And then it says action, test, combat, or agility 3. If you succeed, ignore the above forced ability until the end of the round.
Yeah, I'm glad that Joe went there.
Yeah, I'm not particularly happy about the fact that there's this, like, big old damage forced effect, but it's not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah, especially if you test the fighting before you investigate, because then it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Unfortunately, I only have 1 action, so I'm not going to investigate or test it this round. I mean, I could, I guess, but it just doesn't. I will play out this magnifying glass, which is fast, because, you know, he really wants to be investigating. Do I take 1 point for 1 clue? I think I'll just draw a card. Okay.
Bad.
Not that bad. It's something. Which brings me to the end of my turn. Joe finds himself staring down at this British naval base and wondering, how can I use these mines? ...
Daisy, on the other hand, will be looking with the lab assistant about the Seleno fragments.
Oh, what are Seleno
that
fragments?
They brought along. They just brought along some small rocks and stuff from Arkham as a light entertainment during the trip.
Sure, the Book of Books. I like that.
Oh, right. It goes.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still have 2 hand slots ready because Daisy has a tote bag full of stuff. But yeah, it's a tome. While you have 5 or more cards, you get book 1. 10 or more cards, you get intellect 1. 15 or more cards in hand, you get another book. So currently at 6.
Great. So you have 1 extra point of intellect, which is nothing to sneeze at. Daisy definitely knows what she's doing.
Yeah, and that takes me to 6 against 2 at the Alameda Gardens.
True.
Which is nice.
Very.
Nice. So, I don't need the charge right now. I don't think we'll be advancing next turn.
No, I think we need... we need to probably...
8.
Yeah, we need 8 clues and whatever this thing is, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Could be anything.
That's no rush, so might as well gear up a bit, I guess. Some acid out to purify the Seleno fragments a bit, like bit of cleanup duty.
Yeah, careful not to mix that up with the absinthe, of course. But Daisy's smarter than Joe.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll be a problem.
I guess I'll use the last action. There's nothing to clear out, really. I'm not gonna test that here.
Mm-mm.
So, hmm. Because I don't have. Let's go for it. Let's do some sketching.
Ah, lovely.
Only if there's a clue at your location.
Oh, whoops.
Let's not
Okay.
do some sketching.
Whoops. There's no sketching to be done here at this beautiful tower of fromage. Nope. Not to be done.
I don't really want to lose the results, so I'll just draw one.
Yeah. Seems good.
Yeah. Ooh, nice. It's nice.
It's true weirdness. There's just far too... The brawls really don't make it nice for people to be, there's too much jostling for the sketches to really work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bon.
Okay. Good.
I don't think I need an encyclopedia because it's to the end of phase, so...
Yeah. Which is rough, but, I mean, it depends on what you're boosting, I suppose. That's good. Good to know.
Yeah, but it would be until the end of this investigation phase. So.
Exactly. not super useful unless you just want to do some reading. So that takes us then through the enemy phase to the upkeep phase. Joe down at the southernmost point, looking out, trying to figure out what to do through his drunken stupor. Daisy, with her acid, her fragments, getting ready to do what she needs to do. We go to upkeep. Just trying to think of... and right, driving rain is discarded, which is fine. Which is good, actually. That's what I was thinking of, right. Right. We go to 3 out of 7 Doom, which makes our cultists increase, or decrease, I guess, to -2s. It's an awful lot of -2s in the bag now. But perhaps that's not such a big deal. Perhaps they'll be able to figure out what needs to be done. So we go to 3 out of 7 Doom, and we draw some encounter cards. Joe, looking out towards Europa Point, maybe doesn't see what's sneaking up behind him. Natch. Battering waves. Oh boy. Well, this could hurt. Joe is not the most agile, especially when he's been drinking. Test agility 3. If you fail, take a damage, move to the connecting location with the lowest shroud value. I'm just looking at that now. Well, the connecting location is the gardens. There is not a difference of 2 or more between the shroud of those locations, so at least that is good. I'm going to test 2 agility versus 3 just to... Well, hey! Sometimes you find your feet. Joe's ready this time and braces himself against the crashing wave. Can't drive me off that easily.
No damage, but...
No damage and no move. I passed. Hang on, sorry. Yeah, it's if you fail. Yes, okay. Yeah, if you...
Oh, it was a +1.
It was a +1, yes, sorry, I should have said that out loud. Yeah.
Cool. Let's see what happens at the northern point of Gibraltar.
Ooh.
Lucid Worshipper. I'm glad I took my acid out.
They would be coming for you, I think.
But yeah, we've seen this guy before at the lodge. Somewhat human-like cultist hunter. While you're engaged with Lucid Worshipper and any amount of non-weakness cards enter your discard pile, remove one of those cards from the game. After Lucid Worshipper attacks, you discard the top card of your deck.
Okay.
Which is fine.
Yeah. Not ideal, of course. We don't want worshippers of Cthulhu just attacking us willy-nilly. But it's something. At the beginning of the investigation phase, I reveal logical reasoning from my hunch deck. That's Joe's hunch. But yeah, that's me. That's not me. That's us. Do you want to toss some acid first, or should I look at something else?
Yeah, because I can't really play cards while this is engaged.
Definitely not. Yeah, I agreed.
Well, the Lucid Worshipper has been melted before, so Daisy knows exactly what to do. And that is to throw some acid at the fucker.
Love that she's got such a horrific weapon.
Well, science begets science. So that's a 6 against 3. Yeah. Cool. -2. Yeah. -2. So once again, the acid bottle hits the Lucid Worshipper's form, and it begins to melt into a puddle of fish guts.
I'm melting.
All right then. Now that that's handled, it would be a free. Do I start working on the Alameda Gardens, or? Guess so. I don't want to waste the tome action though, so I'm gonna do this. Busy while the acid burns, the Lucid Worshipper brings out her scroll of prophecies. Just to check what the world has in store.
Yeah.
It's a tome.
Any prophecies about Gibraltar? That's my question.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use the free tome action to spend the secrets, draw the cards, then discard card. 3 cards. Yes. Oh crap. Arcane Enlightenment goes away. Oh. Fight was 1, playing scroll was 2, and number 3 would be to up over to the gardens.
Oh, very nice. I mean, Daisy probably wants a little break from all the heat, jostle, and riot further up at the Tower of Fromage.
And I do have hot on your trail, but there's no enemies.
Yeah, thankfully, which is good. Okay.
So far, Bonnie.
So far, not so bad. Kind of want Joe to... Well, I think clues would be good. I am going to reason my way out... sorry, Joe is going to spend some time really digging deep and thinking. That's what he's going to do. I have a clue. I choose an investigator at my location to heal 2 horror or discard a terror card. I will heal 2 horror. One of them is horror, and one of them is stupor. Which gets healed, which is nice.
Time to sober up.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's really just taking the, like, seeing the British Navy and the various military exercises that they're doing, including the mines that are out in the water. He's like, I know I can do something with this. I just don't know what. He had to really think about it. The second action, I'd love to just, like, get clues here, but I don't want to just keep taking damage, so I think I will... Yeah, exactly, weirdness. Whoa! Whoa, is this an active naval base? Hey, boy, I better sober up. Am I gonna waste my time, like, testing the various things here? I guess we do need clues from this location, so it wouldn't be a bad thing if I got a clue from this location, or 2. So I will... It kind of sucks.
I will need 8.
Yeah, we need 8 clues. You're right. So I will try. I'll test combat 3 to hopefully ignore the forced ability, and then I'll try to get a clue. So I'm testing 4 to 3, but it is what it is. Okay. Joe is basically strong-arming his way into the naval base to he's pretending that he belongs. It's an investigation. He's got a badge that doesn't actually really say anything, but the badge makes him look like he's a member of the Federal Bureau of Investigation from America. Maybe that's useful. I will now investigate here. I have 5 intellect with my magnifying glass, and I will go 5 to 3. Let's see if I can get a clue. Elder sign. Okay. Clue. Move an insight event from your discard pile to the bottom of your hunch deck. Hell yeah. Yes, please. Moving or clues. I think I do like moves and clues. I'll take shortcut back. Fun fact.
I forgot to show that, but...
Oh, hello, Quantum Paradox. Uh-oh. So many paradoxes.
Just taking that. One horror, well, apparently investigating Seleno fragments and Scroll of Prophecies has some quantum entanglement issues.
Exactly. There's some implications that are not very nice. This is a fun fact reading aloud. UK naval bases are considered ships by internal regulation. Downside, you walk on the grass, it's not technically part of the base, and you're considered overboard. And what, they have to say man overboard and like go rescue you from the grass? Love it. Okay, that brings us to the end of the investigation phase. Slowly putting the pieces together of what they need. No enemies, so we go straight to upkeep. That's so good. Yeah, we can go to upkeep. Sure.
Hello.
Well, if it isn't my old friend, the Necronomicon.
But that's where I put it.
That's of course.
Picks the Necronomicon out of a bush.
Oh, that's weird.
Means I have to throw the lab assistant away due to forced learning.
Disappointing, but understandable. We go back to the mythos phase. 4 out of 7 doom. Can they solve the Gibraltar problem before it's too late? Let's draw some encounter cards and see what the issue is here. More driving rain! The storm rages on. Joe's not happy about it, but it's okay. When an investigator would take a move or investigate action during their turn, they lose a resource. But it only lasts for this round.
Yeah. And at the gardens, around every corner, is the chilly tree. If you fail, the nearest conspirator enemy moves directly to your location. If there are no conspirator enemies in place, just think out their deck and discard pile for one opponent engaged with you. There is a countermeasure of treachery in play that matches your class. You cannot commit cards to this test. Okay. 3. 3. I don't think I'm gonna need this.
Whip an ancient stone at someone's head.
Yeah, because it's a movement stone.
Makes sense, and you're trying to move.
And I'll throw Wyclif's ring into it as well.
Damn, Wyclif's ring.
So that's 5 against 3. Guess that has to be it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
There you go.
Didn't need to throw Wyclif's ring away, but
maybe Daisy was happy to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Why do I keep bringing this with me?
Why do I even have this dead man's ring in the first place? Ooh, a scene of the crime. Interesting.
Well, I can possibly bring you an enemy.
Oh god.
If I get 2 clues from Alameda Gardens, I
Yeah.
draw an encounter card.
You're not wrong. I mean, that is true. I like the idea of trying to make the scene of the crime even better by like Daisy dragging a man along behind her, being like, "Look, Joe, look."
I'm 6 against 2, so that's fine. I'm gonna use... oh yeah, Necronomicon just changes the tokens.
Mm-hmm. The
I'm
elder
gonna
sign.
use Scroll of Prophecy. Yeah, spend 1 secret, draw 3 cards as my free action. Ooh, okay, now we're talking. Now we're cooking with gas. I'm gonna throw Power Word away.
Okay.
And... should I do it? I kind of want to do it.
If you want to, it sounds. Yeah, I'd say do what you need, whatever it is. I think so. I'm all for whatever it is. Yeah, so many cards, weirdness. It's wild.
Yeah. Let's glimpse the unthinkable.
Ooh.
Just watching through space and time and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. So, draw 1 card. Okay. Then, any number of non-weakness cards from your hand into your deck, then draw that many cards.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. That.
All the stuff that costs money. Get out of here! Get out of here, you!
I don't think I need Power Word just now, and I don't think I need Curiosity right now. But I'm going to keep. So at first I shuffle, then I draw.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's 6 cards.
All right. 1 action. Draw 7. Sounds like 1 and then 6 more.
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Oh, not bad. Not bad.
Okay.
Then I have 2 actions left, so let's just investigate 62.
Okay. That costs a resource because of the driving rain even in the garden amidst the horrible weather.
But we do need the clues, so I guess I'll pay for it.
Someone has to pay for it. Oh god.
But I kind of don't want to because I need the resource.
Oh, well, I mean... Oh, no, I see, okay. I thought maybe if you played something that cost 1, but that's probably... I imagine you're building up for a little something special.
Yeah. I'll just pay it and try to get 1 clue at least. Yep.
Great.
That's the 1. Sadly, I can't bring you an enemy and I can't pay the resources, so I don't think I can invest.
You lose a resource.
So
you are okay to investigate if you have no resources. That's cool.
I just have to draw an encounter card if I do.
Yeah, which, I know you don't have to.
But it would be another clue, so...
It's true.
We're at 5, so I'll do it. Finding out more about these gardens, but perhaps Daisy went
a little
bit
too far.
deep where she's... Out of murky darkness.
Oh.
Put out of murky darkness into play in your threat area. For a step after you enter a location, each deep one or a hybrid enemy already at that location makes an immediate attack against you. And agility 3. So Daisy's getting flashbacks to the harbor at Arkham.
100%. I can already tell. Yeah. Ugh. It's something.
Ones are calling again.
Yeah. Okay.
But hey, almost done with this one.
Exactly. And look, she's managed to, she's got her book of books, her tome of tomes, it's like all the information she might need, and the Necronomicon to boot. This lab assistant is holding a lot of things for Daisy. Meanwhile, a little further south, Joe is trying to survive the driving rain by questioning some of the naval officers about their mines. Now, this gets him some information. It has to be my first action. It's 0 cost. Discover a clue at your location. But because I discovered a clue, I have to take a damage. That's fine. It's fine.
Right.
Yeah. I think he's now going to try to backpedal and see if he can, avoid getting hurt anymore. I'm going to try, I guess, the combat test just to see, and then either way, I'll see if I can get us the last clue we need.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's no victory on this, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where we get our last clue from, whatever it is.
Yeah.
It just might be nice to, see if we can do it. I'm going to test again, 4 to 3 combat, see if he can convince the naval officers that he can solve the problem that's out front. Okay. Good job, Joe. -1. Success. I'm ignoring the forced ability until the end of the round, so last action, I'm going to investigate right here. We're going to see if there's absolutely anything that the Navy can do to help move this ship. I have 5 intellect. With the magnifying glass, I'm going to commit the other one to be 6 to 3. Just, there's a, Okay. I didn't have to, but that's all right. Get a clue. Don't take a damage. And we've got the 8 clues we need.
I took the horror from the quantum.
Yes, of course, as
paradox.
well. Fires at the end of your turn. A revelation, perhaps, for Daisy and Joe in separate places on the island of Gibraltar, but let's see what happens here.
Or wait? Should we wait for the start of investigation?
I think so. It's the wording of resolve the revelation effect as if the lead investigator drew it from the encounter deck. That scares me a little bit. But Horror. There are no enemies once more, although certainly people are eyeing Daisy. As we move to upkeep, draw the cards that we need. Or the cards that we want, even, maybe.
Or don't need.
Or don't need, sure.
Thermos goes away.
Bye-bye.
No soup for me.
No soup for you today. We go to 5 out of 7 Doom, which moves our cultists once again up to -3s. The clock is ticking to find a way out of Gibraltar so that they can make it in time. My current plan, Crosshair by the by, is to see if we can, one way or the other, advance this act.
Yeah, it basically means, we can do the harbor blockade straight away and then see what happens.
Right, exactly. See where we're at here. Naturally, of course, we will draw our encounter cards first, because perhaps Joe and Daisy will have some friends to deal with. No friends, just our favorite battering waves. This will push Joe back, and he'll take a damage if he fails. 2 to 3. I'll just do it. I'll just take it. Yeah, that's fine. Now that he's interrogated enough naval officers, another rogue wave pulls up over the rock and pushes him back. I'll take a damage, but I won't lose an action. And he finds himself soaked to the skin, but back in the quiet, beautiful gardens with Daisy Walker.
Then I swim. Because this is totally unfamiliar territory for me. Right, terror, blunder. Revelation test. I actually have 4 now because I have 10.
Very good. Yeah.
Yep. Test will 3. If you fail, take 1 horror. If you fail by 2 or more, also place one of your clues on your location. Not so good.
Not so good. Joe can throw you a bone here if you'd like. Not a bone. Some help. Some assistance.
I don't think so. Yes.
Oh, even better.
Curious.
Okay. Curiouser and curiouser.
Only have 3, so 3 against 3, but plus 4 from the curiosity.
Basically weirdness.
No, plus 3.
Plus 3. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Still good. Still great, actually, I would argue. So curious.
Just checking if yeah, I can throw Forbidden Tome my way.
By Forbidden
That's
Tome.
the 4 up.
The magical
4
number.
Yes, it is.
So fucking magical. So magical. Oh boy. Why?
So about that advancing thing?
Yeah, well. We'll just grab the clue, I guess.
So Daisy probably like fumbles around a bit on stuff. I swear I had it.
Oh, we could definitely put this together.
Right.
Well, you're right. The blunder, of course, is unfortunate, but we've lost the slight lead we had, but we can still get it back, and then we can flip we can check out what Harbor Blockade is. What do you think, Crosshair? Should we... I mean, I think we should try to get the clue and see what it does, but I imagine you also have other things you want to accomplish.
Not with 1 resource.
Right.
I could get the clue because then Joe might be more useful in the stuff that doesn't require clues.
Okay.
Also, I do have something I should do before I do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good too.
So 2 actions.
Oh.
Let's get rid of closing the net.
Oh.
Hidden peril. When the act would advance, reveal closing the net, take total of 3 direct damage or direct horror in any combination and discard it. So I just choose to discard it now.
Just choose to get rid of that. Yep. Oof. Ouch.
Then reaction. Let's use the Scroll of Prophecies. Do I draw 3 cards or do you need cards?
Cards are good. Cards are the best. I don't know if I'll be like playing much this round because I think we're gonna try to. I don't know what the advancing does, but or what the Harbor Blockade is, but we'll see, I guess. I suppose I wouldn't mind, but if you're looking for something in particular, I think you should keep digging through that pile.
Resources, and also I need cards for the Quantum Paradox. So yeah, I'll just draw the 3. Okay. And then discard 1. Research librarian can go away. Still hasn't used that. And blast action, try to get the clue.
Okay.
6 against 2. Straight up.
That's no bad thing.
Yep. There's the last clue we need.
Excellent.
Oh, there it is.
I think probably knowing that conspiracy was in play to draw the net around her and capture her away from Joe was probably taking a lot out of Daisy, I imagine.
Yeah.
I am gonna do this though. Free trigger. So before my first action, let's draw or spend 8 clues as a group.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all our clues.
All the clues, you're right. Flip this card and resolve the revelation effect on the other side as it, oh boy, sea mine detonation. So this is as if Joe just drew it from the encounter deck. Revelation, attach sea mine detonation to harbor side. It cannot be canceled or ignored. I'm going to move it straight away to harbor side. Action, test any skill 2. This test gets +2 difficulty, because there's 2 of us, so test any skill 4. If you fail, take 3 damage. If you succeed, move it to the victory display. Remember that you have solved the Gibraltar problem.
Good. We are at the end of the round, both at harbor side. We could advance.
Correct. Now, the real question. Does Joe want to go and try to resolve the sea mine
Well, you do have soap, but
I do. It's not untrue. And I've got some like things that I can commit to a big test and stuff. It's not insane.
Yeah, I can't do anything, so.
Okay. Oh, well, not right now because you don't have any actions.
Yeah, next turn Daisy could solve the issue, I think, rather easily.
Okay. Well, I'm going to draw a card and hope that helps. Okay, it's something.
Actually,
yeah,
I do have something that will help with the 3 damage if it comes down to that. So if you don't want to take the risk, I can do it next time.
Yeah, you're right. I don't really want to take the...
Yes, we still have 3 tactics, so...
Yeah, and we have a round, so I think we're okay timing-wise, at least. I believe.
Yeah.
So I think...
So just get there.
Yeah, just get there, exactly. I'll move. Second action. Joe's putting the pieces together and realizing that perhaps they can use these disused mines to try to solve the problem. Last action, instead of doing anything else, I will draw another card. There we go. Cool. Okay. That's me staring down the barrel of a big mine explosion. Yikes. No enemies, so we do move on to upkeep, where we of course do our usual draw cards, gain resources. We can solve the Gibraltar problem now. We know what we need to do. Try to blow up this derelict tanker as best we can. But fate may have other things in store for us as we go to 6 out of 7 doom, and we draw encounter cards. Pray for us here. Unfamiliar territory. We've seen this. It is unfamiliar, and it's unfamiliar for Joe to be working with like old, disused World War I mines. Test willpower 3. If you fail, take a horror. If you fail by 2 or more, place a clue on your place one of your clues on your location, which is fine. I will commit a willpower icon to this test just to try to be evens. 3 to 3? Nope, that's fine. Take a horror, but we're not too scared of the mistakes we've made.
At the gardens around the corner. Your testing actually did 3 again. Yeah.
Oh boy.
I think I'm gonna fail this one, but...
I hope you don't.
Pretty too.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh yeah. So, conspirator enemy. I'll go do that then. If you want to look through the encounter deck, you can also. Oh no, actually it's me who's searching. But
yes. But I can look through the discard pile and pull out, I think, the one conspirator we've seen. If that guy is better for you than whatever you find.
Oh. No, this is actually better.
Oh, good. Because I don't want that fixer back. Ever.
Just spook. Location with most clues without another spook with victory exit possible, aloof. Clues cannot be discovered from spook's location. If there are no clues on spook's location, it loses aloof, gains hunter and gets +1 fight.
Take that.
Does it spawn at the Tower of Homage or at Europa Point?
It does say with the most clues without another spook, and I think if possible is sort of like an extra bit of business.
Yeah. So he can investigate the mines there.
He's trying to work, I think, against Daisy and Joe, right? Trying to stir up trouble at the naval base and so on. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, phew. That is great. I mean, lucky, I should say.
Should I start? Because I should try to clear the harbor.
Yeah, if you can, and I can maybe even commit icons if you want or need them or anything like that.
Well, let's first. I'll relieve the scroll of prophecies, but let's move. And any skill, and it's a 4.
Any skill,
so
4.
I'm gonna use the pre-tome action to go to 8.
Whew. Delicious.
Oh, that's also 4.
Nice job, Daisy.
So that's 8 against 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As good as it gets, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
And doublete -2. So Daisy holds Joe back. We do not shoot at the nuclear devices.
Oh, come on. Not great.
But rather informs the military and stuff like, you should probably do this and that and this and that to clear out the steam mines that you have.
Mm-hmm. Excellent, Daisy. She's using all of that encyclopedic knowledge, right? She's putting it to good use here. This is good.
And I have 2 actions left.
Yeah. Wait. Right. Hang on. Move. Tome.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, right. And then the sea
action.
mine. Okay. I mean, still though.
Do I want to? Nah. I'm gonna use the tome and get rid of Photon Trail and out of Murky Darkness when I need to. Mm-hmm. So last action, I really should play this. It's the Compass of the Grand Lodge.
Oh, we've seen that before.
And I'm going to choose a hand slot.
Okay. So an extra hand for the big-handed Daisy. Lovely.
Yeah. So I gain 1 additional hand slot, extra hand, if you will. When you play an asset that fills a slot of the chosen type, exhaust Compass of the Grand Lodge, you get +1 to each of your skills until end of your round.
Great. Which
End of the round.
End of the round, which is amazing. And you are currently at, you have 4 hands full of books, but now you have 1 extra hand for something else.
Yeah. Possibly books.
So many books.
Yeah, that's Daisy.
Okay. Good. Well, of course, Joe, watching Daisy admirably handle the Gibraltar problem, is just getting his tickets ready and is ready to board Harborside to get the hell out of here. I will draw a card to start. I'll probably play some stuff if I need to. It just feels good. I'll draw another card. Nice. And then I will...
Drawing is fun.
May as well. And I'm going to play these dissection tools, finally, make their way out. Maybe there'll be enough enemies for Joe to be able to increase his sanity once more.
Wonderful.
Good.
And then...
That worked out pretty well, because we upkeep first, and no enemies. Oh, sorry, there is a spook on the board, but he's currently engaged with dealing with the British Navy. So we upkeep. There we go, that's nice. And then, at the end of the round... Oh, sorry, yes, I'll let you reset everything you need to.
Yep.
At the end of the round, if you've solved the Gibraltar problem, we may choose to advance because we're both at Harborside. I'm going to say we do that.
We choose to do so.
I choose to do so. Act 2B, Gibraltar to Port Said. The old sea mines make quick work of the wreckage, blasting the hull apart and clearing the harbor for safe passage once more. You encourage the captain to depart as soon as possible on the off chance that the cultists have a second tanker ready and waiting. We lose all our clues. Remove all doom from the current agenda. For each enemy in play, you must choose one. It either stays in play, and it moves to Harborside if it's not at Harborside, or discard that enemy and place 1 doom on the agenda. We have to figure out, do we want Spook? Spook would move to Harborside.
Yeah, and there's no clues.
There's no clues, so it would lose aloof. That, but I don't mind maybe tussling with them a little bit if needs be.
Yeah, it's a 4-2-2.
Yeah, I think at the cost of a doom, this feels a bit better. I think, right?
Yeah, we can handle it. I can basically power word it if need be.
Oh, that's true too. But I'll grab him for now. I think Spook is this is the guy he sees that they've made quick work of it and makes his way back onto the ship to try to deal with Daisy and Joe.
Explosion.
Yeah, exactly. Huge explosion. Each investigator at a different location is defeated. Fine. Move each Gibraltar location with no clues on it and Victory X to the Victory display. Remove each other one from the game. So the Tower of Fromage makes its way there.
Nice.
And we do that. And then we place the Port Said locations. Ooh. Ooh. And we put Blackmailed Official into play next to the actor.
Let me guess. Yeah.
Act 3A, the Port Said problem. You find smooth sailing once again until you make port in Egypt at the northern end of the Suez Canal. The local port authority has completely shut down the canal for the foreseeable future. Objective: at the end of the round, if you have solved the Port Said problem, investigators at Harborside may choose to advance. Let's have a look at it. Port Said, so making their way to Egypt, they of course hope to take the Suez Canal, or I believe the Suez Canal, through past the Indian Ocean and on to Singapore. You argue on the docks with the harbor master, but he will not be swayed by any appeal or reasoning. You can tell, however, that he's tense and clammy, and he avoids looking you in the eyes as you speak. The man is in mortal fear of something, but what? Is he being forced to hold you here by the cultists? Forced. If you found the blackmailer's hideout, flip this card and move it to the active investigator's location.
Spoiler.
Spoiler. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I mean, they have a hideout, you know. It makes sense.
Right.
Right.
Well, we are like 10 minutes to 3 hours, so
10 minutes
is
to 3 hours. Sorry.
yeah, I don't want to take the lead, but this might be a good time to save for tonight.
I think so too. Yeah, we're at the top of the round, so we'll have to, when we come back, place a doom, draw our encounter cards, and then start.
Oh, we should probably do that.
We'll
first.
do that first.
Yeah.
Cool. Because we'll see what kind of challenges await us in Port Said in Egypt, I believe.
Yeah.
So we'll go to 1 out of 7 doom once more. Oh, sorry, which means sorry to keep updating it, Crosshair, but the cultists are -1s, not zeros.
Yeah.
And Joe's already tussling with a man in a coat and hat, but is he going to tussle with something else? Yes, he is. A deep one. The same deep one raider, perhaps? Another one makes its way out of the Mediterranean Ocean and leaps onto Joe. Thankfully, I've got, guard dogs and knives and stuff. We can maybe do something with that.
That power word might come in handy. But let's see.
Possibly, yeah.
What Daisy has to deal with once they return to the boat and get off the boat to
Ooh.
a fixer.
Oh, boy.
You know too much. Well, yeah, Daisy kind of bossed this fixer around. So
Yeah, and now he's returned to fix the problem once more, perhaps called by that spook again. Oh,
yeah, but if we want healing, I do have a solution.
well, that's good too. What kind of solution?
Boss the fixer around again.
Oh, that one. Yes, sorry. Sorry. I thought you were going to say a strange solution, but this is actually better. I think that makes more sense.
If I had the resources for it.
Oh, true. Oh, actually, yeah, that is bad news.
Yeah.
Well, and I can see here that Joe's unsolved case has once again popped up as perhaps the strange men and the Deep One Raider. The connection between them has started to freak him out. But I agree with you, Crosshair. I think this is a good place to leave it. At the top of Act 3, needing to solve the Port Said problem. We'll bring Doomed to a close for today. I quite like this scenario. The idea of which route are you taking, how easy is each route, all that stuff. It seems really cool to me and lots of replayability. It's very, very, very fun.
Yeah, and I like this much better than going through the same map over and over again. So.
Yeah, exactly. This is really, this reminds me of another scenario I really enjoy where you choose a direction and you have like different maps in each place and stuff. Very, very fun. And thank you all for joining us today on Doomed. It's been great. As Crosshair pointed out here, we have Drew Crew in a little over an hour on Elizabeth's channel, which should be a lot of fun. And then tomorrow, Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, it's another episode of Montreal by Moonlight, our Werewolf 5th campaign on RPG Clinic, which should be a great time as well. Join the Discord. And that's me. That's everything I got to say.
Do you still have the board up?
Yes.
On stream?
I do. Not on stream. Now I do.
Oh, yes. That was hiding there all along.
Just taunting us, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was when you were talking with the strange man in the hooded cloak that I added that there, and Flower wanted it there, so...
Oh, I see.
Nobody saw it.
Oh, boy. I mean, Flower knew it was there, and you knew it was there, and that's the key.
Flower didn't know.
Oh, Flower didn't know. Oh, jeez. Okay, well...
Yeah, he told me not to tell, so...
Oh, well, I see. Okay. My question is whether the man who came to my door is a spook or a fixer. That's my question. Or perhaps something even worse. Hopefully not, though.
Yeah. Or both.
Or both. Well, thank you all very much for joining us, and Crosshair, thank you. It's a brilliant, interesting scenario, and I think we'll have to see how the Port Said problem can be fixed with lots of villains.
Yeah.
But we'll call that for today. So I'll thank you again, and I'll bid you all adieu.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll see you next time on Doomed.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.